feeling like I'm Akademiks. Can't run away.
So, chat, first and foremost, the rappers are squabbling again. Okay? The rappers are squabbling again. Before we get to that, though, let me just talk about this. I was pleasantly surprised when I seen this. Young Thug, SCUTI, I think that's how you say the name, is on pace to sell 48K. This is the first time in a while we've seen Young Thug's sales, while he's not in jail or dropping a project in jail, go in a reverse direction. Now, these are the list of all of his albums that have sold. And if you look at it, So Much Fun was a crossing point for Thug. Once he hit So Much Fun, YSL was already established, but it was a phenomenal album, curated really good, and it did 131,000. He did 100,000 afterwards, and even when he was in jail, even though he couldn't talk a certain way, because obviously the records are going to be monitored by the court, and he couldn't diss certain people, and there were old records, Business is Business still did 89,000. Now, the long-awaited Young Thug Being Free album, which is now titled SCUTI, came out and it only did 48,000. I like Thug, and I hope no one think I'm being facetious with these thoughts. This is a complete flop. And I'm going to give some constructive advice to Thug because I do think he's at that point. We get it. He has some issues with people who might not be friends anymore. He's trying to convince people of whatever. And I said this on Vlad today. The clip is not coming out yet, but I said Young Thug ruined all of his mystique. And it's because people found out his kryptonite. I always say, like, if I'm going back and forth with somebody online, I'm always trying to figure out their kryptonite. What makes them tick? When I figure out what makes you tick, I'm going to have a good time with it, right? And it could be whatever. It could be if you're sensitive about, like shit. It's like, for example, SZA. SZA's sensitive about her skin, her weight, the fact that she had 8 surgeries, like all of that. So I know how to get under her skin whenever I need to. That is the point with pretty much everybody. Like, shit, even me. I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know, maybe what that was or is. Like, I mean, maybe for a while, maybe my weight. I don't know. But there's always some way that's the kryptonite of even the person who looks the most unbothered. And I think we found it for Thug. It was questioning his street credibility or these snitch allegations. Young Thug has been acting out of character ever since he got out of jail. Ever since people started accusing him of doing such things, and ever since people are looking at like the narrative of him saying all these other people are rats, people are looking at it like some hypocrisy stuff, he's been damn near spiraling. The reason why I say that's his kryptonite is because usually for 90% of men, the kryptonite, if you want to get them to crash out or act out of pocket, is questioning their manhood. Yo, you gay as hell. Somebody might shoot you for that. They might go to jail behind that. Why? Because that's usually a trigger point for most men, especially black men in America. Young Thug wore a dress and was unbothered and unfazed for years. Did not care what we thought about him. He had dresses, makeup, he had whatever on. I used to make jokes about him all the goddamn time. He was unbothered. I told people, I said, I knew Thug was in an interesting spot. For all these years I've covered hip-hop, and granted, I've gotten bigger as a platform. I've never talked to Young Thug until about 2 weeks ago. I used to make all the thugger motherfucker jokes, all the jokes about him being flexible, all of that type of stuff. He never addressed me. He was like I never existed. They question if he's a rat. Thug is he can't have a good night of sleep. Spiraling. The mystique is gone. What I mean by the mystique, there was a time that we're like trying to figure out, and that's what most artists aim to do. It's great promotion when the fans are constantly talking about you, trying to figure you out. Damn, how does he make this great music? He wears a dress, he does this, and suppose he's like this big blood? And, yo, he always stood on test? Damn. Watching Thug do this explanation thing, and this is why I don't even like him explaining these calls. It's not a Thug thing to do. Thug, I knew he would have just said, fuck it, if you with me, you with me. And by the way, also, I do think that Thug is suffering from, the pre-Meek Mill syndrome. Thug got to get off Twitter. everything started really going downhill when Thug started tweeting too much, man. From the first tweet that says, whatever Wham says goes. Not one tweet has lasted or aged well. Let's be honest. The Thug that didn't speak, that never explained himself, the Thug that just basically lived in whatever your perception was, but he just kept dropping music, was the Thug that won. Now, I don't know. Like, the aura pause. We don't even see it. Thug just looked like, and I'm not dissing him, I'm just speaking, just objectively, and really, like, I want to encourage him. Thug just looked like a nigga with a lean belly just walking around, bro. Like, even when he come on stage, it don't even look like, oh, shit, that's legendary. It just looked like, that's Jeffrey. And I hope y'all don't take that like I'm dissing him. But I'm telling you, a lot of what Thug did over the years was creating this mystique. It's a reason why people like Cardi makes you think he's a fucking vampire hanging upside down when you don't see him. Is he doing that? No. But that's the mystique. Damn, how is this motherfucker regularly? It's a reason why Uzi makes it seem like he might be devilish, he might be this, he might be that. But with Thug, I felt like we figured him out. Thug has been defending himself and clearing up every rumor to the point Thug wore a dress, they called him gay, never said nothing. Now Thug is saying the two things you don't want to be is a snitch and a gay person. It just goes to show that for most guys, not for most guys, but for street niggas, the ones who care about it a lot, still in their advanced age, attacking their street credibility is a very valid weapon. It will get them to crash out. So I'm watching Thug, but he looks very unfamiliar to me. These sales told me that Thug is in a place where he needs a career refresh and a restart. I don't care who are his friends. I don't care if him and Lil Baby still going to pop bottles and pop models or whatever they would do together. Who cares? He got to figure out his friendships. We lose friends from time to time. But what Thug, I believe, got to figure out for his career. And I don't think that the music was ass. That's the funny thing. But I've kept telling y'all, it's a lot more that goes into promoting music and people receiving music than just the quality of the music. The perception of the person matters. It matters. I'm telling you it matters. If you made music like NBA Youngboy, but you was getting slapped every week and ran out the hood and niggas took your chain every month, it wouldn't sound the same. The fans wouldn't react the same. The perception and the image matters. Young Thug image has been decimated. I watched him even earlier. He was on Aiden Ross stream. He ain't look the same. He just looked like a regular old nigga. I'm being honest. I hope people ain't saying, yo, act. Why are you still hating on Thug? Because I'm not. I'm not. Thug has to find that artistic bag that allows him to express himself, but also allow his artistry to overshadow anybody that requires any explanation. That's what Cardi does. There's a million things you can clear up about Cardi. Well, Cardi, are you gay? Hey, Cardi, did you do this? Hey, Cardi, why did you do that? Yo, hey, do you fuck with Ye? Hey, were you being funny when you did this? He doesn't say nothing. All he does, he just drops some new music. That's part of the mystique. Before Young Thug went to jail, I remembered one notable interview. Well, two. The one with the Breakfast Club and the one with $1 Million Worth of Game. Now, I feel like Young Thug has been trying to convince us he's not a bad person. Not tell him to play the villain, but I think it's done a number on the people. And by the way, the reason why I'm speaking like this, I'm one of the people who actually do believe that snitching is normalized. So if you did tell or did rat or whatever, you could still be successful. Now, I'm not here to stamp who did or who didn't, but according to certain people, they feel like Gunna did. Gunna is fine. Gunna is fine. So I'm in the belief that even if you're accused of these things, you could still be fine. So I thought Young Thug's sales was still going to be in like 110, 120,000. This to me was the proof that I'm wrong. That because I told you, I said, listen, the fans are going to be a little whatever, but Atlanta niggas is rocking with him. They are rocking with him. Y'all see now they rocking with him, right? What it told me now, fans ain't that eager to click on a Young Thug album right now. I don't necessarily think it's because of the interrogation video, but I think in the last 2 to 3 weeks they're like, this is just not cool no more to be listening to Thug. And like what I'm mentioning is an intangible thing. It's intangible. Like there's no metric on it. It's just a feeling. It's like when people say, have you ever heard bump that new so-and-so in the whip? I think this go around, Thug didn't have that. Yo, put on that new Thug. Why? Because of how the perception has changed. Can he change it back? Can he change it back? I don't know. Sometimes people can't unsee shit. They can't unsee shit. They can't unsee shit. And also, this is why I give credit, and this is my first mention, so forgive me. I give credit to Drake a lot. Because in the moments, a lot of times what happens afterwards is only dictated by how you handled the moment. So whether it's the Pusha T moment, whether it's the Meek Mill moment, how did you handle the moment? And the moment, if you ask me, because if you look at the people who have survived, Rick Ross was accused of being a correction officer. And Rick Ross survived it and went on to do big numbers after it. How did he survive it? He didn't do too much explaining, didn't do no apologizing. He didn't say, yo, if some of y'all niggas don't want to be my friends no more, fuck them. He dropped music still popping the same shit. I've always said one of the best things about Rick Ross is his delusion. Because it could be sunny outside and you could tell him, it could be sunny outside and you in the middle of the Caribbean. And if he want to say, nigga, it is snowing like we in Antarctica, that's how he gonna act, and there's nothing you could tell him otherwise. Look at Ross. Look how he handled that. Look at Ross. Look how he handled that. In the moment of this windstorm for Thug, I don't believe he's been handling this well. And I think the sales was the true stamp and indictment of that. Right now, people aren't that tuned in to say, play Thug on the aux. That interview did numbers. But I hope he doesn't think that he could explain himself to a better place. What he needs to do is to consistently drop. He dropped now. If I'm him, I drop in 2 weeks. Honestly, I drop in 2 weeks. 3 songs. With the niggas you claim that don't fuck with me, that do fuck with me. Drop 3 songs. I drop again. I shoot some more videos. Also, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, respectfully, I'm not a nigga who talk about aesthetics, but Thug used to look a little eccentric. Thug kind of do look like a nigga who just got out of jail yesterday. Gotta be honest. Like, the wife beater with the lean gut. Come on now. You a rock star, bro. Come on. Thug, get back to being a larger-than-life artist that people gotta wonder what you do, how you think, how you move. How do you come up with this shit? It ain't over. But I'm going to be honest with you. This was a severe flop. Thug, again, I hope if you listen to this, anybody around you listen to this, y'all can find some, okay, like, yo, he's not hating. Because I'm not. I actually thought it was going to do good. Glad I didn't put no money on it. I would have lost all my bread. Holy shit. Okay.
me like a barcode, heartbreaking, I go viral, they don't know me. So the same niggas smoking out the OZ. Ice cold type lick, and I might smoke. Hydro, contemplating what I might do. White shoes, yeah, shorty, I just like you, but you type of